and thank you for attending Energy Careers 2020 and today's session on women in energy. My name is Becky Megason, and I am a consultant with CWD and will be your moderator for today's program. I myself spent over 36 years in this industry and am honored to be here today with this great panel of women leaders, especially those for women. We have an outstanding panel of women with us today that are anxious to share their career stories and advice. You will find more information about this accomplished group of women in the Speaker Bio tab on the right of the screen. So let's get started. I'd like to begin by asking each of our panelists to introduce themselves and share a brief overview of their career journey so far. Next, Sarah, what do you have to share with us about your career journey so far?
Thank you, Becky. So I was nowhere. I decided to get into the electric industry like on a whim. I was like most high school students. I was going to be a nurse. I was going to be a nurse from the time like middle school on. I went to a few nursing classes. I got my CNA, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. So I was looking through the course catalog for the community college, and I was like, electric lineman program. I was like, let's do that one. And everyone thought I was crazy. They were like, you're going to do that? You're like, you've been the girliest girl all along. I did pageants and stuff. They're like, you're going to hate it. But I went through the course. I ended up getting on with Pike Electric right out of school. I worked my way up through the ranks. I became Pike's first female crew leader ever. It's just opened a lot of doors for me.
Wonderful. I love that. You know, nurse to crew leader, and now both essential services, even essential workers in the world today. So way to go, Sarah, and thank you. That takes me right into our next panelist here. Sarah, what do you want to share with us about the big?
Manholes are a big part of my job. All the creepy crawly bugs, also a big part of my job. I work with some pretty big guys, and I'm a fairly small girl. So my challenge is letting them know that I can handle myself. I don't need you to come help me do this. I got it. Just being a woman in general, like, people are going to be like, oh, well, she needs help. Let's help her do this. I personally have to, like, push myself out there, like, even beyond limits that I'm sure that I can do, just to prove that I can do them. About the people I work with in particular is they push me just as I push myself. I personally have not ran into a lot of the challenges that a lot of people run into. Everyone I work with is super supportive, and they make sure I succeed.
That's great, Sarah. And it's really good to hear that you have supporters out there that are helping make you be successful in your job. Now, I'd like to ask each of our panelists specific questions based on initial interviews that I had with each of them. And I think we're going to start with Sarah. First of all, congratulations on your promotion to crew leader. What a great accomplishment, and well-deserved, I'm sure. What can you share with us about what you like most about your job today?
My favorite part of my day about my job is that every single day I have a new challenge, a new adventure. I don't ever do anything the same ever. I really enjoy. So the guys I work with, they can do things a certain way, and I have to do it a completely different way just because I'm not as strong as they are, can't move my body the same way they can. So it's just really a new adventure and a new challenge every day. Every day I wake up and I'm like, okay, how am I going to tackle this challenge? How am I going to handle this situation? The great part about being a woman in this industry that I found out is I can talk to people a lot better than the guys I work with. So I get to meet a lot more people. I'll go talk to builders. They just receive me a lot better. So I get to kind of talk to people a little bit more than most of the people I work with.
So do your male counterparts then send you forward to go talk to the builders?
Oh, yes, 100%. The most recent one, the builder wasn't very nice to my boss. So my boss was like, Sarah, we need you to go talk to him. I went up and talked to him. He's like, oh, I hope you guys have a great day. Be safe. Take your time. Don't worry about it. So
That's wonderful. It's just you being you, though, right?
that's all I can be.
Well, thank you, Sarah. And Sarah, I asked you the same question, especially being, the first female line person, at Pike. Do you feel that there's an emphasis or a shift to really focus on inclusivity and diversity?
Yeah, like 100%. Pike is great about making sure that I have all the necessary things I need to be successful here. As far as linemen go, there's only 1% of the workforce that is female. And I'm lucky enough to work with 2 out of this office. So out of 1%, we have 3 working out of the same office. So they're
That's
really
great.
good about, they're really great about making sure that we feel wanted, included, like our voice matters. I have never had a problem if I can't do something a certain way and there's a tool out there that would make my job easier, they would get it for me.
That is wonderful. That's a great organization. I can see why you smile when you talk about working at Pike. Wonderful. Sue, Lisa, Isabel, Sarah, thank you for offering your opinion and your perspective on that whole DE&I effort, because it really is very compelling. Sarah, I want to turn to you for your advice. So what advice would you give to women finishing high school to encourage them to consider a career such as yours?
Look towards the trades, because that wasn't even on my radar in high school. Like, not even close. I didn't even know that was an option. I think if there had been more like recruiting for high school students, that I might have chosen this before I did 3 years of nursing. But I didn't even know I was going to like it. I was discouraged from it. But it was just, I had one person that was like, you need to do it. You'll be good at it. You've got the leadership skills. You've got the perseverance. So all it took is one person to be like, just give it a try. So I think if we got more into schools and had people in like conferences like this, where we can get out there and tell women that it's a great industry to get into, and they don't have to worry about feeling like they don't belong or they're not included, like, because they do belong just as much as anybody else.
That's great. So if we at CWD push toward having a national spokesperson for the women in trades, would that be you?
Oh, sure. Go with it.
Yeah, I haven't talked to. I just made that up. Okay, just totally hearing you speak, it just made me think about that, because I think you'd be a great cheerleader, for women in the trade. So thank you for that, Sarah. What advice would you share with women considering a career in the energy industry?
It kind of goes along with what everyone else said. Don't be afraid. A lot of the walls that are put up in front of us, we're going to have to take down ourselves, even if it's brick by brick. So it's just making sure that each day you're proving to yourself, most of all, that you belong here and you can do it, and don't let anyone discourage you from feeling that way.
Well, you're a perfect example of that. As our cheerleader of women in the trades.